everyone, this is Jervin again. Wonderful another day. I have a special guest here with me today. It's a friend that we met each other almost 4 years ago when he still lived in up in the East Coast. He has journey that he has to move to Minnesota. I will let him share with you why he moved to Minnesota, but a little bit about my special guest this morning. His name is John Yang. He's a Hmong. But today we're gonna speak mostly in English. If we can, if not, we're gonna say a few words in Hmong. John is a shaman, and his background including he owns his own agency in digital marketing, and he also graduated in computer science major. He is also in the Air Force. So today you're gonna have a chance listen to me talking with John here, talk about his journey as a Hmong shaman. So thank you, John. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to interview you this morning. Thank you for making this possible.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me, Jer. I was a little hesitant to do this interview because I'm a little private with my spiritual path, but then I thought about it. If it could be something to help others to, find the right path for them, I'm all about that. So that's why I decided to do this interview, and hopefully I can provide some knowledge, insight for the rest of the newly awakened or people who still trying to find a purpose in spiritual path. So with me, go ahead, Jer. Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so with me, I was born in Rhode Island. I was born and raised as a Catholic. I was baptized. So I wasn't exposed to a lot of spiritual stuff, going to church. We didn't do too much shamanism or traditional Hmong practices. And so even when I was little, I think I was different. I was able to feel people's feelings. I was able to read people better. I knew I had the sixth sense when I was a little kid, but I didn't think that it was anything special, unique. I figured everyone had that same ability. So I didn't pay attention to it. I didn't know too much about spiritual. Not until like 2-3 years ago when I moved to Minnesota. I didn't move, but I kind of tried it out. I was staying with a cousin just to try it out to see how it was. And it wasn't until I went to a shaman event that was when I was exposed more to the practices and traditional ways. And after that event, it kind of gave me a strong urge to see a shaman, just to look into my life, my path, to give me a reading, because, all my life, I feel like everything I do, I wasn't content. I was searching for something like a higher purpose in life, and everything that I did, I wasn't content. So that's the reason why I wanted to see a shaman. So I went to see a shaman, and she told me that, she did blessing and everything for me. And she told me that I had spiritual guides. And if I want to open a door for them to come down, because they can't seem to come down. So I don't know why. Maybe someone put a lock on them or for whatever reason. But she told me that, if I want to open the door for them to come down, she can help me with that. So I thought about it, and I was like, if it's something that can help me in life, sure, why not? Because I'm somebody who's passionate about helping people too. And she told me that she told me to meditate for 6 months every day, 30 minutes to 1 hour plus, and I will see changes. I will see a difference in my life. So I did it. It was a big commitment because it's a change in lifestyle habit to try to meditate every day, to try to be more self-awareness as far as, you have to be a good person to really vibrate at a higher frequency for these heavenly guides or to come down, right? Whereas if you're a bad person, bad stuff, bad energy is gonna be more attracted to the energy side. So so I did it, and I started to see changes. Like I said, I was seeing ghosts. I was seeing a lot of signs. I was seeing consecutive numbers like 1111, 111. I was waking up 4:30 in the morning, like same exact time. Like it would happen a couple of times within, a few weeks, and I knew something was trying to wake me up. I was having a lot of deja vu, a lot of ear ringing. So I knew that something was trying to wake me up. And the more I meditated, eventually it helped activate my energy channels, what they call in English term, the chakra system. And I did some research, and it's the symptoms are called Kundalini Awakening. So that's when you meditate, you connect with your chakras, and you activate this energy channel. It's like dragging a snake that crawls up your back. And every day I would feel this energy crawling up my back and flowing through my body. My hands would feel like it's on fire. And I didn't know what it was. I was having a lot of lucid, vivid dreams too. I had a dream of healing people with my hand a year before I started doing energy healing. So I think that, it's important for a lot of people to kind of keep a journal or blog of what they dream about and what your spirit guide teach you, because it may not make sense at the present time, but it can make sense months or a year later. You can connect your dots as far as, why you had this dream, why you had this intuition. So it's important to keep a blog, a journal of your spiritual pathing and dreams. So that's what I do now. And with my path, I didn't get sick. I went to a few more shamans to give me readings, and a lot of them told me that this path here is my choosing. It's up to me if I want to choose this path. And I felt like, I wanted to follow this path because I was already someone who's passionate about helping people. And it's another way for me to kind of give it back. And it's about walking the shaman path. It's not just becoming a shaman. It's about your spiritual awakening. For me, it's about waking up from the matrix, where you realize that, we're not human beings living a spiritual experience. We're spiritual beings living a human experience. We can die as many times on earth and get reincarnated again. So I was heavily influenced into Buddhism and Taoism, along with Christian and Catholic. And I kind of combined everything together to whatever makes sense for me, because I don't consider myself religious. I consider myself spiritual. And it doesn't matter what you believe in. At the end of the day, it's about being a good person. It's about being compassionate to help others, because all these religions, they teach love and light. So, I see a lot of people discriminating about, what you should believe in, your faith and everything. And, they turn into like a hate discrimination form of hate, and they kind of cut each other off in their life because, you have disagreement in religion and everything. But, my message for the Hmong community is, don't think outside the box and use your common sense. And, as long as, the person is doing something good to help others and they're a good person, that's all that matters. For example, like the Air Force, there's no type of discrimination between race, culture, background. We're all one team, one fight. That's what they teach in the military. And I think that in our community, it should be the same thing too, and not let religion and belief, create separation between family and friends. So that's how my spiritual path started. It was a year later before I found my C3. It was through, I was referred to my C3 from my friend. I went to see my C3. I didn't shake when he tried to have me sit on the bench. Along with, I did see a lot more shaman to C3 too, but everyone who tried to make me shake, I didn't shake on a bench. But then with my C3, I just had like a strong feeling that he was the one. I think I didn't shake because my shamanic guys didn't come down yet, where my physical abilities came first, like when my different type of guys were down first. And who knows, my shamanic path could come later. And it did. I wasn't able to shake until a year later after I found my C3. So when I shake, I did feel the energy. I didn't believe in it too for a while. But when I finally was able to shake, I felt them come into my body. I felt them squeezing my hand. I felt like I was flying. with incredible energy. And I was breathing hard, sweating and everything. And the first time they connected with me. So that's when I finally believed that, you know, this stuff is real. So that's how my path started. And how did I get into energy healing? Like I said, I had a dream a year before I started doing it. And I had a shaman friend who was sick, and she didn't have the money to go pay for the services. So she knew I had energy to heal. So she came over and she asked me to help her out. And she was like my guinea pig. And I was practicing just healing her and confirming that it helped her. And the more it helped, the more she came, and the more practice I got. So, you know, a lot of thanks to her. Without her, I don't think I would be where I'm at too. Because if you're not good at healing, people don't want to just come test you out. You know, you have to know what you're doing first. I didn't go to any school to learn anything. I didn't take any courses. It was kind of taught through my spiritual guides, and I watched some videos online, but that's about it. And everything kind of came through intuition, knowledge of what my spiritual guides teach me when I heal. And
quickly, the little bit, I hear you a little static of it. Do you hear my audio correctly?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Yeah. Say it again. Just say a few words. It's kind of a bit static over here.
Okay. Yes, I can hear you fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Maybe yeah, because be it's more like a scratch. It's kind of a scratch noise when you speak. Earlier, okay. It doesn't do that, but it's getting there.
Okay.
Okay.
So back to how I got started with energy healing. The more I heal friends and family, they kind of pass on the word of mouth to other friends and family. And, you know, before I know it, I was getting like a couple of people a week just coming over for energy healing. You know, I've gone to hospital to heal people with cancer, people with surgery, people who was dying in the hospital. So, you know, energy healing is just giving life force to the person. They call it chi energy. It's similar to Reiki. In English term, they call it Reiki, but I think my style is a little bit different. I do more like a Tai Chi, Qigong movement when I heal people. And the energy that I cultivate is more like heaven and earth, where I cultivate energy from the earth and the stars, the heavens, to channel to that person. So it's a little bit different, but I guess you can call it Reiki, energy healing. It's about the same technique. It's about the same thing. And since then, you know, I've been healing for over 2 years now, and seeing good results. So, you know, if anyone is open to learn more about energy healing, they can always reach out to me. I also meditate daily too and teach meditation. So if anyone has any questions, they can always reach out to me. I think the key to building your energy is meditation, because once you open your third eye and you connect your energy channels, the energy can flow from your surrounding easier into your body. You can generate your energy easier. And these energy channels in your body is called chakras. In Chinese term, they call it Da Tian. You know, Da Tian, you have different energy channels, and they teach you how to do your breath work, how to generate energy. And so there's a lot to it, but I feel like anyone, if they are willing to learn, they can self-heal too. So it's not about just healing. You can generate your own energy and heal your body too. Because a lot of times when you get sick, it's because you have blockages in your body and your energy cannot flow in harmony with your body. So once you can release that energy and let it flow, you can heal your own body.
I have a question for you here, because you are the younger generation, and like I introduced you, you're in digital marketing, you're a computer science major, and you're also active in the Air Force. And people are gonna say, John, shaman, spiritual healing, and when you go tell your parents, say you're gonna, you know, you have healing gift or healing guides, what is their thought when you told them at first, or they kind of knew all along? Mm-hmm. What kind of reaction do they? Okay. What kind of feedback they give to you?
Yeah, at first they thought I was going crazy, you know, because they didn't think that you know, their son would be a shaman to sit on a bench and shake like that. Like no one wants to do that because it's a burden. But you know, as you start to realize and understand how the spiritual world works, then you know it's not too bad. But yeah, they thought that there was something wrong with me. Not just my parents, but my own family members, my cousins. They're like, you know, don't get too carried away, or like, don't go too far with this stuff. You know, just make sure you're still yourself. And I guess a lot of people don't understand because you know it was more than just becoming a shaman. It's my spiritual awakening. You know, just realizing that there's more to life than just what we do here on the physical 3D world. And being awakened is, you know, it opens like a whole new door. Like my perspective in life is different. I don't look at people as human beings. I look at people as spiritual beings. You know, because our body is just like a shell where our consciousness, our spirit is the driver. And when our body dies, we move on, just like a car. You drive a car, it dies, you move on, you buy a new car. So, you know, once you understand how life works and how the spiritual energy work, you know, I think it will make you into a better person. For me to walk this path, it's helped me become a better version of myself, in all different types of ways, like, you know, just being more caring, more compassionate, more loving, just appreciating life. And, you know, you have that drive to that higher purpose to live your soul contract. But yeah, back to when my family found out, you know, you know, there was a lot of judgment, but once they see me starting to heal people and I started healing them, then they realized that, you know, maybe I'm not so crazy because I'm actually helping them out too. You know, at the same time, it's about, you know, actions speak louder than words. You know, I could say, you know, a lot about my spiritual path, but if I'm not doing anything to really show that I'm actually helping people, then, you know, it doesn't speak volume, right? So it's important to, that's where a lot of people get caught up is, you know, they get on this path and they don't know how to heal. They feel like they can't heal. But what they don't understand is that, you know, being spiritually gifted, your way of healing can be different. It doesn't just have to be to know how to ordain to trance to heal people. You can heal people through your voice, your actions, your heart, sound. Like you could help someone with money donation or some words of wisdom, and you can change your life because you
Even
have
this
that
video,
energy.
yeah,
Yeah,
even our talk today.
right. You know, so so a lot of younger generation, they don't understand that. They think that they want to just wake up and, you know, be able to heal, but it's not like that. You know, learning these abilities, it takes time. It's just like anything in life. You want to be good at it, you have to practice and train. You have to put in time. It's not something you wake up and you know how to do, you know. So a lot of people have to understand that it takes effort, takes training to get to where you want to be.
And yeah, that's what my question asked you. You already answered. It's just, you know, how do you get advice to a new shaman who just accept their guides, healing guide, and you know, because I have people talk to me, came talk to me, say, I I'm going nowhere,
Mhm.
and and they think that it's just like a computer. They install a computer into a software into a computer, expecting on and works.
Right.
No, you got to work on that. It's not like a push and play. You know, so and this is what I told them. So, you know, shaman is you. It's like going to school. You are being admitted to school, but you have to go to school. You know, it's
Right.
in the old day where our parents, our ancestors, when they become a shaman, then it's easier because, you know, back in the old days, the requirements much less than you and I. Now, since you become already accept your healing guides for the last 2 years already, so what is the um, what are your friends around of you think of you now? Before, you know, they think that you're crazy. Now, what they view you now? Do they see you as a different person now, or they see you as the same John before you become a shaman?
Yeah, they definitely see me as a different person, um, in a better way because I
Mhm.
don't drink as much anymore. Everything I do, I'm always aware, having self-awareness of what I do, because I try not to do anything that can harm others. So as far as attending a lot of parties and stuff like that, like I don't joke around as much anymore. I don't, like I said, I don't drink as much anymore. So they see that difference, but then they do understand that it's my path, and it's to walk a high purpose, of doing good. So they understand that. They told me that, as long as I don't change, that's all that matters. Because I was always someone who had a passion to help people, and they told me, doesn't matter what I do or I believe in, as long as I don't change as a person. So that's the most important thing. But yes, in terms of friends, like sometimes I still go just to build that relationship, the social relationship with family and friends, and I just drink water. It doesn't mean I have to cut off my family and friends because I don't drink anymore. I don't resonate with a lot of what they do, what they talk about anymore. I still try to fit in, live my life. I don't see any big difference in life. It's just, my way of thinking is different.
What would you, because right now we have a lot of young generation just like you in their 20s, in their 30s, and they start seeing things, hearing things, or and they're telling their parents, they see things, they hear things. How do you, what is your message to the parents?
Mm-hmm.
Because most of those parents are my age now. They are in their 50s. Okay? And I can, your parents is a little bit older than me, but most of today's parents are about my age. In the 50s, either we still believe some cultural practice, but we live in digital ages like you right now. You are in digital marketing. What any message you can tell the parents? Say, look, can you pay more attention to your daughter or your son? Do you have anything to advise to those that have children that are gifted like you and me?
Right. Yeah. My advice is, to be supportive, even though you don't understand the spiritual side of life. Be supportive of your child, because it's like giving them confidence. When you're not supportive of what's going on, it's like you're bringing the confidence down when you're not being supportive, and that can have a negative impact to that person. They can become depressed. They can become stressed, and mentally they may not be stable. So my advice is to have an open mind, to be supportive and learn more about the spiritual path, because that's who we are. We're spiritual beings. And if it's to help them raise an altar or become a shaman, do your best to be supportive, because like I said, it could be a negative impact, because I felt that too when my parents were a little bit unsupportive of my path. They wanted me to just do that 9-to-5 job and just be normal, but I like to be different. I like to be unique. So yeah, be open-minded, be supportive is what
it's static again. Can you fix your ear?
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Now, because somebody like me, because we've been practice traditional, spiritual traditional for so long, and I never went to church. So let's say if on my children become a shaman or healer, it's easy for them to accept the responsibility versus somebody whose parent is converted into Christianity or other religion. And what would you give advice to the children? Okay? What would you give it to the children who are gifted? Because many times some other elders say, no, that's the evil thing. Okay? But you and I know that you don't have to, because being a healer or a shaman, you can go to church. You can become a Buddhist monk. Not in the temple, but you can practice Buddhist teaching and being a shaman. Now, did you understand what I'm trying to say here?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I feel like I'm living proof because I still go to church. I go to temple. There's no restriction. And a lot of people, a lot of my friends, they go to church. They're Christians, but they have these paranormal experience where they see things, they see numbers, they hear voices too, and they're afraid. They don't think it's their spirit guides. They think it's just evil entities around them. But they've come to me for help as well. But they don't want to tell their parents about their experience because they're Christians, and Christians, they don't believe in the shamanism stuff, the spiritual stuff as much. So my advice is to follow your heart, do what's best for you, and don't worry about what people are going to say or think about you, because your spirit guides are you as well. And spirit guides can be many different forms. They could be angels. Jesus had a healing gift. Jesus Christ is a spiritual guide that provided him life to heal. Jesus is the physical name that we call Jesus, but his spiritual, we call it Jesus Christ. So I think a lot of teachings in the church kind of driven people away from their spirituality, understanding of spirituality. And I think that they should be just open to these supernatural things of how the spirit world works, and be open to connect with your spiritual guides, because everyone has some type of spiritual guides, and it's up to you if you want to communicate with them. Technology, your spiritual guide, and it's something good because they will help you in life. They will lead you to your higher purpose in life.
Yeah, most when we talk this is in well, people are Christian and become a shaman. That's always a very sensitive subject.
Right.
It's only in the Hmong community mainly, but I know that country like South Korea, the shaman in South Korea and the Christian community, they work hand in hand to help heal the community. Okay. And when other religion are open for shaman, because shaman, as we are not a religion. Up to this point, we are not a religion. Most younger generation, they think that shamanism is Hmong religion. And anyone of you hear me out there, Hmong shamanism practice is not a religion, because we don't have a set of teachings like Buddhism or Christianity. A shaman is a practitioner, just like a doctor. And like John do energy healing. I don't do energy healing. I do different kind of healing. So we are in a way shaman. We are practitioner, mostly, mainly spiritual side of it. So make sure that all of you listen to John and I talk today. If you get used to talk about, say, Hmong shamanism is a religion, please do not use that, because if Hmong shamanism is a religion, John is a shaman, I'm a shaman. Why don't we get the same respect when we walk into the room? They don't know that you and I are a shaman, because we do not practice the set of teaching that we're going to go preaching people. So we just do it in our healing part. When you do your digital marketing, when you have your clients, you just do your business. And when people need help with healings, they just come to you. So that is not a religion. That is just a healing practice. Okay. Since you see yourself a little bit different now, since you accept your healing guides, in about almost 2 years now, right?
Yes.
About 2 years now. Your life, your vision, much clearer. You have a more sense of purpose of life. I assume. Yet you still discover more, try to discover more what you're going to do for the rest of your life. And it's just like me. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like since I walked my shaman path, my guides led me to join the military. It was like strong calling that I have after I became spiritual because I wanted to do something bigger than myself, something that I can help the country, help, others. They say, right? So it's a way for me to give back. And I feel like it's also made me a better person too, in terms of, just leadership, just know how to give back to the community, to the people, not just for the Hmong community, but just everyone in general, I feel the Hmong community always talk about, helping your own kind and everything. But, once you understand the spiritual path, it's not about just helping Hmong people. It's about helping humanity, because I could be Hmong this lifetime. Next lifetime, I might not be Hmong. So it's important to understand that, you're helping your kind, but you have, you might not be that same person, same thing as you can be rich this lifetime and you could be poor next lifetime. So it's a learning experience. And once you understand spirituality, you let go of your ego, your material world of desire, like money, fame, looks, like every day society, media makes it, make us think that that's the best thing that we should focus on. And no one really focus on their higher purpose. They just kind of, focus more on the material world of desire. And even a lot of shamans, who start walking this path and they fall back to the 3D world. I think it's important to kind of stay balanced, stay grounded, so that, you can continue on your purpose. Because, these material world of desire, they're going to drag you down if you think too much about that, versus same thing as, for me, when I heal people, I don't charge, I don't take donations, because I believe in karma, where you do good, good will come back to you in different ways. So I respect everybody who charges a fee, not saying that, they're wrong for that. I know that some spiritual guides, they require some type of monetary fee, some type of exchange. But for my spiritual guides, that's what they teach me. So I don't take any, to me, it's all community service. And
Well, donation always, some shaman is just like you, that your healing guides say no donation. Mm-hmm. But some shaman, they need donation, otherwise they will get sick.
Right.
Even they bring in just paper or incense or candles or $20-$30 donation. In my case, I did a healing at hospital about 4 or 5 months ago, and because he is a close family member, and then they called me to go help him healing his broken bone, and I do it with my heart. And before I went, I forgot to ask permission to do the healing. And about 2 weeks later on, my hand was so sick and I could not even lift things. Okay, both my hands. I said, I did not do anything. Why I got this kind of pain on my hands, on my joint here? Mm-hmm. I thought back. I said, did I do anything wrong? And the case brought back. It brought back the memory. It said, oh, I forgot about it. So I called the family member, say, I know I did it out of my good heart helping the family member, but you just bring me anything, a set of white flour, $20, $5, or anything, so I can feel better, get better. So she came back. She brought flowers, and I believe she gave about $20. And then about 2 weeks, all of a sudden it disappeared. I didn't even notice. So some of us, like you and I, a little bit different. Of course, I do not name the donation. Okay, I will not say, well, you must give me $20 or $40 or $100. No, I just said the most thing I require is just to bring me white flowers, a bouquet of white flowers. Money donations up to you, and those has always been okay for me. But there are times, the signs will give to you. So. So those of you listen to me and John, we talking here, and some shaman may have different donation requirements. Ask that shaman first before you seek help from that shaman. Okay, and I heard this before on Facebook and on all that they say, you shaman charge a hefty price, an arm and leg. And in my experience, I have not seen that, and personally I have not asked people to donate $300-400 for just a session. So at any time you go seek help or need help from a shaman, just ask them honestly, what do I need to bring to your healing guides, and what do I need to give donation for your time? See that is the thing that most people don't understand, that why do I give some just paper and salt or incense or why do I give those, and candles? Those are for the healing guides. But the money, $20, $30, is not for the healing guides. It's for the guy who's take his 30 minutes, 1 hour sitting, consult you. Okay, like you are in digital marketing. You could, sitting on your computer and looking for a client, and you may already attract a client that could bring you another $500 per month, another $1,000 per month. For me, in the insurance industry, I could just take that time, go and make a sale, and make more money. But I decided to allocate that hour or 2 hours so I can help that person who's sick spiritually. So the little donation is just complimentary. Okay?
Yeah, and sometimes being free, it takes away your credibility too. People think, maybe he's free because he's not good at what he does, or they may not be appreciative or have gratitude as much because, it's like it's free. They're like, why not? Let's just go try it. It's free. But versus, if you have a fee, they might, think that maybe you're legit. But the pros and cons, they're all there. Whether you charge a fee or not. And when you charge a fee and the person doesn't have enough money to provide to pay you, then, they walk away and they become sad, and that could be like a negative impact, negative energy towards you too. So yeah, there's pros and cons for both, and, just respect the person and the spiritual guides for what their requirements are. That's all. Everyone's different.
I should say two more questions, and we're done. About 3 weeks ago, a guy called me, and he said, "Jared, can I ask you a question? My life, I went through a financial crisis one after the other, and people told me that I have a healing guide or I have chronic. If I get to find my teacher or my sifu, and I become a shaman, would my financial situation be improved or changed?" And a question like this, I'm sure a lot of people out there have that question. If I become a shaman, will my financial crisis improve? If I become a shaman, would that solve my relationship problem? Okay? Because most people are saying, I want to do this because I want to make sure our relationship works. Now, what's your thought on that, John?
Yes, I do agree, because we all come down with a certain fate and destiny. Like for me, if I was married with kids, I wouldn't join the Air Force. I wouldn't move to Minnesota. I wouldn't be who I am now. So everything happens for a reason. And sometimes the next door doesn't open until you reach that certain stage. You know, you may have to walk your path first before that door opens for you to have money, because, you know, your purpose here isn't to become rich. You know, not everyone is born to be rich. It's about knowing your higher purpose and living your purpose. And, you know, yeah, I do get a lot of questions like that too. And I also ask that question myself too. And you have to learn how to balance and just enjoy life, not worry too much about, you know, the little things in life. And being on this path, like I said, you know, you have to be careful of your ego in the material world, because everyone's, like I said, everyone is always seeking to, I mean, who doesn't want to be rich? Who doesn't want to be famous or look good, right? But once you understand that and you understand your purpose, it's, you know, you strive for something different besides the 3D world. But yeah, it's true. You have to reach a certain stage in your life before, you know, the next event will happen. Maybe it's to meet your soulmate. You know, it's not time to meet your soulmate yet until you get to a certain path in life. And that's how I feel with my path too. That I have to walk this path before I can reach a certain stage, certain goal in my life. And it's helped me too. You know, it's like once you walk this path, I feel the karma change, the shift changing as I live my life. You know, like I see better things happening, better fortune, because you're fixing your karma and you're doing good karma, and it brings, it's like the law of attraction. You know, you put out good, you know, you're surrounded by good positive things in life. And also people have to understand that, you know, living life, you're going to have your ups and downs. You know, you shouldn't ask why the bad things are happening to you. It's happening to you because it's making you into a better person, so you can learn. You know, the people we meet, the things we do, life is about, you know, it's either a lesson or blessing, right? A blessing is something where, you know, you meet someone, maybe they do something for you and they help you in life. A lesson could be something where you make a mistake or someone did something bad to you, you learn from it, and it makes you stronger as a person. And you know, you learn not to make that mistake or avoid that type of challenge, and you get through those challenges, and eventually it's gonna get you to where you want to be. So my advice is, yeah, to just keep trying, make sure that what you do makes sense and is righteous, because, you know, integrity is very important when you walk the spiritual path, even though no one sees that you're doing wrong, but the heaven knows what you're doing, you know. So it's important to have good integrity and you know, be righteous in this path. It's very important.
Yeah, because again, those many of us who accept our gift, and we're not walking on, we don't have integrity, we don't have ethics, and we can manipulate using our gift to benefit us materially, and that's the wrong route. That's why you say, you know, you have to you know, spiritually understand what's the walk between the line. And many of those, the reason I asked you that question, because many of some of people out there, you say, you know what, if I become a shaman, would I become a millionaire? And then, you know, the guy there, they asked me, I should say, maybe you can become a millionaire, but please do not use your healing gift to manipulate others. Do not instruct them to do the bad things, bad karma, because they are not here to make you rich. If that's the case, then I'm here to help us heal the humankind. Because after being a shaman, we are a healer. We're not a millionaire. Of course, I look forward to see people who are shaman become millionaire. You know, even myself, I look forward that, you know, if that's possible someday, you know, I like to be the millionaire out there that's a shaman. That would be awesome, right, John?
Yeah, you know, I could be living at the beach and be comfortable, but I feel that's not my path, you know.
Yeah.
I have to be somewhere where I'm actually doing something to help the community, because that's my high purpose. So that's why we're not rich. You know, if we were rich, we'll be living in paradise somewhere in the beach, not caring about other people and just living our life. But versus if you're rich and, you know, you give back and help the community, that's a good thing too. So everyone is given that certain faith, certain fortune, so that they can give back.
All right, John, thank you for take your time out talking with me today. I'm sure our audience learn a lot from you. I'm sure a lot of seafood master teachers out there listening our talk today. And those of you who heard me and John talk about our journey, and I spoke to other already, you know, the reason I asked somebody like John to volunteer, come out, give just 30 minutes to an hour, talk about their journey is because we have so many awakened to be shaman out there. They are confused. They can't find their seafood or teacher. So giving, you know, being on the media like YouTube in here, it doesn't mean that you are promoting yourself like marketing. It's just letting you know that it's okay to become a shaman. It's okay if they are different than you. It's okay that you can be a doctor like Dr. Bata in Australia is a medical doctor, but he is a shaman. Okay, so you know, in my last word here for those of you out there, do not be afraid. Seek out help from all the shaman out there, and reach out to us on YouTube here. Post on your message. The teacher or the master, you hear this thing here. Share your story. Come out, share your story. We're not talking about Lu Shao, we just talk about helping each other. My philosophy in life is this: if you have 1,000 stories on YouTube today, how many new shaman can we save? What we will save? We will save a lot, right, John?
Right.
We will save because they're gonna hear your story, my story. Maybe I am not their teacher, but they say, "Oh, Jervang is a musician, he's a businessman, and he's still a shaman." Okay, I'm a PhD. Oh, doctor here, doctor there, it's a shaman. So it's okay. Oh, she's a nurse, but she's a shaman. Oh, he is a stock trader. It's a shaman too. So this is where we share to the public, say, you know, share what we have. Of course, many of you out there heard my story. Many of you don't have any profession, specifically like a doctor or lawyer, but you're just a working moms, working dad. It's okay, share your story, okay? If I didn't have a chance to come across to you and you say, Jer, I'd like you to share my story, reach out to me. We'd love to hear your story. And you may help others. You know, we know that many people result of when being sent to an institution because they don't know where to help, even though the parents open arm looking for a seafood, but they cannot find it. And they cannot search on Facebook. And mostly Facebook, they do not, most people on a shaman page, they don't tell their real name. So you don't know the real person who is going to be your master or your teacher. So being on YouTube in here, like again, this is not to market or sell your identity. This is to help share your journey so you can help others understand their journey. So again, this is my last message in here. John, you have any last message before we finish our talk today?
Yeah, I mean, my message is if anyone needs help, newly awakened or people who's becoming a shaman, if they're stuck in their path, feel free to reach out to me because I've been through a lot of that stuff. I've been stuck in my path. I couldn't find help, and you know, I was able to beat the challenges and be persistent and prevail through a lot of challenges. So don't give up. Believe in yourself. Don't think that it's a burden. It's something that will help you become a better person, a better version of yourself. So don't be afraid to walk this path. Is my advice. Sorry, I appreciate everything, Jer, for having me. And everyone take care.
Right. Thank you, and thank you. Have a wonderful day and enjoy your weekend. Tomorrow is going to be a very, very beautiful weekend. So thank you for coming talking with me, and hopefully we'll have other sessions in the future. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Okay, take care, Jer.